Hey everyone, welcome back to She Burbs Podcast. I am your host, Brooke Wright.
Hey everyone, welcome back to She Burbs Podcast. Today's guest is May. Hi, May.
Hi, Brooke. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for being a guest today.
You are most welcome. Honored to be here.
So, can you tell our listeners a little bit about you being a business coach and how you created your business and what inspired you to become an event planner?
So, when I was growing up, I'm originally from Singapore, and I came from a family that we travel a lot when I was growing up. So when we travel, we stay in hotels, and I always see all these events happening in these hotels. I was like, wow, look at all this food, look at all this decor. I say, I want to do something like that when I grow up.
Mhm.
So as I grew up, I realized that more and more this is what I wanted to do. And my very first exposure to the events field was when I was a management trainee at the Raffles Hotel in Singapore. If you have watched Crazy Rich Asian, that's where it's being shot. So that hotel, Raffles, where Nick and Jessica were staying, that's where I used to work. So
Really?
That's correct.
That's a really nice hotel.
So that's where I used to work, the Raffles Hotel. So I was in charge of food and beverage. I was a food and beverage management trainee. So I got exposed to all the different components of food and beverage and events in particular. So after that, I knew that this is what I wanted to do. So I pursued my career in hospitality. I went to Switzerland to study some more about hospitality, and then I never looked back. So I have worked in 5-star hotels as a director of catering and conference services for several years, for over 10 years. And I realized that it's a great job. It's very glamorous. You learn a lot. You do a lot of fantastic events with celebrities, with dignitaries. But I was working a lot of hours. And I know that, at the point of time, I came over to the United States, and I didn't have much time to go back to see my family in Singapore. So I decided to start my own event planning company, M2 Hospitality, in 2012, and best move ever. So we are almost 10 years in April, 10 years in business. So a lot of my colleagues, who were with me when we were in a hotel business, they admire my courage to leave a very well-paying job, right? And have life insurance, everything is taken care of. All I need to do is just show up and work, and to take a leap of faith to start entrepreneurship. But I knew that I want to control my hours. I want to control how much money I make eventually. I want to work where I want to work, when I want to work. So I took the leap of faith. It's not exactly an easy journey, I'll tell you that. But it's 100% worth it when you know your why. So that's one part of my business, which is the event planning side. So last year in 2020, when COVID hit, a lot of my friends, because I still keep in very good contacts with my hotel friends, all of them lost their job in the events field. All of them.
No.
Okay? Because there was no more events. So the hotel have to cut costs. The hotel industry suffered a lot. So all my friends lost their job overnight. So they were furloughed. So you're on unemployment. Unemployment only lasts this long. So I felt this calling, this urge that I need to bring some hope into a very dark time. So I want to show them that you are in control, not COVID, not the reality. You are in control. You have all the ability to do it. So against common sense, which is, why would you start a business coaching program telling event planners how to start and grow an event planning company when nobody is planning events? I went against the grain, and I said, at the end of the day, I want to be able to inspire, motivate, and show them how to do it, like how I have built my own event planning company into a multiple 6-figure company. So I did it, and we started in July, and now we are 15 months in business. We are, a 6-figure business now, and I was able to help several event planners now even making 6-figure themselves. So in 1 year during COVID. So that is probably the biggest achievement, apart from me planning very nice events when I was, when before COVID. But now my whole goal is to continue to walk the walk, right? Because I show them how to do events, I teach them how to build a business. I'll continue to build my business. At the same time, I will do it together with them.
Wow, that's amazing. So has business picked up since, COVID's kind of a little bit died down? Like, have you been getting a lot of traffic more? No.
It came back with like 1,000 times. That was what I was expecting, because when COVID hit last year, right, in I would say probably it got really bad around April and May and June. That's when I asked myself, if I'm an event planner, okay, if I want to start my own business, now is the time to actually start building. Now is the time to actually take a breather and really learn the fundamentals of building a business. And my coaching company called Events4Anyone. So the number 4, Events4Anyone. And I really want it for Events for Anyone. That's why I named it that. And the program is called the Unstoppable Eventrepreneur. So you are entrepreneur, but you specialize in events, so eventrepreneur. So yes, I'm so glad that we started at the time that we started, because I would say by last year in 2020, it's a lot of prepping time. So a lot of prep. And beginning of this year, when we had the vaccine, like in February, we started getting inquiries slowly creeping in. I would say by June, everything came back. Not everything. Social events came back first, the weddings. And then by September, all the corporate events came back. So everybody, it's so difficult to find availability now for event space, because everybody's events got pushed back to 2021 and 2022. So events is going through a boom, just like everything else right now.
Wow, that's amazing, because I know a lot of people are like catching them on their birthdays. They're like, we didn't get to celebrate our birthday last year, so we're going to celebrate it all year. But yeah, a lot of them did. A lot of them are happy that event planning and everything's opening back up. So what events do you most enjoy planning?
I enjoy, it may not sound very sexy, but I enjoy planning events that are intimate and not so focused on all the what I call the distraction, which is the big band, the entertainment, the decor, the celebrities, sporting, those things are nice. But those that I really enjoy planning are intimate events where what is most important is the people that we meet and the content that we share that has a direct impact after they leave the event. There's a direct impact in the way they think, the way they make decisions, the way they see life, and the way they carry out their business. Those are the events that I enjoy planning most, because I see the ripple effect of how these people, when they come to attend the event, is able to create a positive impact for themselves and their loved ones and the customers that they serve as well.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Like, I want to know, oh wait, why did you choose your career in event planning? You already told me a little bit about it, but can you go into detail, like a little bit more, why you like it so much? Because I'm sure a lot of my listeners want to know. I've had a few listeners ask about event planning. They was excited to have you on, so they wanted to know like various questions they would ask me to ask you. So
so I'll tell you that the first and foremost, from the business perspective, event planning is probably one of those business that has the lowest cost of entry. So it's the easiest way to get a business or to get into business, because all you need is a laptop and a phone, because you don't need any inventory, you don't need an office space, you don't need a venue. Okay, you go to your customers. So you don't need inventory because you build relationship with vendors. You don't need a venue because you're not a venue operator. You go with your clients to go rent a venue. So that's number one. And number two, why I am so passionate about events is, this again may not be what other people are thinking, but I love to eat. I love food and beverage. So if you tell me, apart from those events that I told you that I really enjoy planning, which is the content is very rich and the people who's coming make a big impact, the other type of events that I like to plan are food and beverage experiential events. So things that have a lot of food and beverage experience and interaction. So I plan events like Top Chef, like Iron Chef, like mystery tasting, things like that, like, you know, team building activities that has to do with cocktails, with cooking. So my main motivator is food and beverage. I love to eat and I love to plan events that is like that. But I think ultimately is, you know, events create experience and memories.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to be able to create something that people will remember.
Mm-hmm.
People, you know, things perish, object perish, but
Mm-hmm.
memories don't, experience don't. And I want to be in a business that is able for people to come in and just enjoy and with time with their friends and family and loved ones and take away the memories.
Yeah, definitely. So do you just event plan like for people in your area, or do you do it for everyone around the world? Like, is your company everywhere around the world?
We do nationwide. We do it nationwide in the United States, and we do some events outside the country as well. So I'm a little selective about who I want to work with and the type of events. So I believe in quality, not in quantity, but we don't restrict ourselves where we plan our events. So we're everywhere.
Nice. That's cool. So what are some common challenges you have faced being an event planner?
I think the common challenges that a lot of event planners face is having clients who don't know what they want. And, you know, they're everywhere. They're all over the place. And you're trying to like herd them in and say, okay, you know, this is your vision. And clients who are also not realistic with their budget. So they may want, you know, like what we always say in the industry, you have a champagne taste, but you have a beer budget. So our role as event planner is also a consultant. Our role is to guide and educate our potential clients. Like, this is what you want, and let me share with you how much things cost. And I think the main challenge is sometimes we see the look of disappointment in their face because they really wanted something, but they didn't expect things to cost that much. And they are not, you know, they are not aware of logistics, and which is they don't have to, they shouldn't. That's why they hire a planner. As an event planner, sometimes it can be very challenging to find the right balance between fair with the venue, fair with the vendors, and fair with the client, and trying to make money at the same time.
Wow. Yeah, that's true. I'm one of those people that don't have no money. I got the beer budget. So yeah, definitely. I agree. So what are your top priorities when planning an event? Like, what are your main goals when you plan one?
I think when I plan an event, it's not me, it's not about me, it's about my client. So I think a lot of event planners make the mistake of thinking that they are just here to plan the event. But this is how we differentiate ourselves. M2 Hospitality, we're not just your planner, we are your strategic partner. So my main priority is every time I speak to a potential client, before we decide to do business together, I want to understand what is the objective for having this event. What are you trying to achieve? Right? Apart from, you know, okay, this is my wedding. Of course, I want to have a wedding guest. But, you know, I want to have a party, but I want to ask a little bit more. So why do you want certain things certain way? Why do you want this look? And I want to be able to understand their whole thought process, because it's not their job to think of it in the strategy, from the strategic manner. And for corporate clients as well, they say, I just want to do an event. But my role is to come in and understand what is the end goal. The end goal is everybody leaves with something to talk about, right? And the end goal for corporate planners or for corporations is they may want to extend the lifetime value of their client. The end goal would be they want to make sales the end goal for a social event is people to say that, wow, you know, Brooke has a beautiful party. You know, every party should be like Brooke's. So I understand the end goal, then I work backwards and try to achieve the goal together with the client and briefing them step by step. This is how we work together. This is what we will expect from you. This is what you can expect from us. And the end result will look like that.
Wow, I like that. I like the way you run your business. I like it. I do. Very professional. It's really professional. I want to thank you so much, May, for coming on my podcast today and chatting with me.
Thank you for having me here, Brooke. It's been a pleasure. I hope that whatever I share is able to inspire some event planners who have been treating it as a hobby. Now let's turn your hobby into profits.
Exactly. I like that. You have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey everyone, I want to thank you so much for listening to my interview with May. If you would like to see what she's up to and see how her event planning goes, then you can go on my website. I have linked it below. It's tinkering below. Then you can go and find May. She's my most recent interview, so it'll be easier to find because it's on the first page. So if you want to check out her event plannings, how she goes about the pay, everything, then you can go on her website, check it out, and contact her that way. I'm sure she has ways to contact her. So I want to thank you all so much for listening to my podcast. Thank you so much for your support. I greatly appreciate it. I have some new upgrades coming on my podcast, so I'm super excited to share with you all. And I hope you all have a great day and make great choices. Bye.